Hello everyone and welcome back to Great White North Corvette. Today we're going to be looking at another article from GM Authority. The other day we looked at the most popular colors on the C8 for 2023, and today I want to look at the production numbers for 2023 for the normal Stingray and the Z06. It says General Motors unveiled the 2023 Corvette Z06 in October of 2021, bolstering the C8 Corvette lineup with a next-level performance machine powered by a new, naturally aspirated flat-plane crank V8 engine. The first production spec C8 Z06 rolled off the line in November of 2022. In total, 6,413 units of the Z06 were built since November of 2022, including roughly 3,100 Z06 coupes and 3,300 Z06 convertibles. So the convertible is actually more popular than the coupe. A grand total of 53,785 C8 Corvettes were produced for 2023. Which does leave the question, why were so few of those Z06 models? I pulled these Corvette production numbers from over the years. You can see here starting at 1980, 40,000, 40,000, 25,000. We have one here, 84, 51,000. That's a very high year. And as you can see, they get lower throughout the years, getting down to about 20,000 in the 90s, only 9,000 in 1997, hovering around the 30,000s in the early 2000s. One big year in 2007, 40,000. Then it dips back down, 12,000, 13,000, 11,000. As you can see through the years, it's pretty up and down. Some years 22, 9,000, then back up to 34. This is where we get into the C8 here in 2020. So the years for the C8 have been 20,000 for the first year, 26,000, then 34,000, and this year 53,785. That's one of their highest ever production years. I think I could only find one year that was higher. Yeah, the only production year higher than this year is 1979 with 53,807. So they were like a dozen cars away, well, a few dozen cars away from beating their all-time record. We can look at this chart here and it kind of gives us a breakdown on what people ordered. For the 1LT model, total units was 8,500, well, pretty much 8,600. The 2LT, 18,600, and then the 3LT actually had the most amount sold with 20,000. That's pretty surprising to me that the 3LT model sold more than anything else. And then if we go down below it, we have 1LZ, 2LZ, and 3LZ, and these are the designations for the Z06 models. As you can see over here, the 3LZ definitely outweighed the two others, but that doesn't surprise me because if people are already spending money on the Z06, they're going to want to go all out. So as far as the Z06s, 3LZ, 5,252, 2LZ, only 900, and 1LZ, 250 models. So I think you Corvette guys would say that's rare. One of my favorite things to do on GM Authority is take a look at the comments, because you usually get a really good idea of what's going on down there. Dan says ridiculous that there were only 3,100 built. Dan says it's ridiculous that only 3,100 were built. There were over 5,000 reservations at Ciocca Corvette alone on the day reservations opened up. So that's pretty crazy. So one Corvette dealership had 5,000 reservations in a matter of days, and they only produced 3,100. It seems like they probably should have focused more on the Z06. Cliff says, again, incompetent GM management not building capacity to meet demand. David says, worst product launch ever. GM canceled my Z06 order after 2 years. Real Truth says, would love to buy a Z06, but in Canada that entails $57,000 in sales and luxury taxes. That's actually true. You get smoked here in Canada for trying to buy nice things. Could you imagine down there in the States buying a Corvette and you're paying $57,000 in just taxes and luxury taxes? Scott tells a pretty good story, but I'm going to summarize it here. He ordered 2 Camaros and he said neither one of the Camaros I ordered ever got built. Yet my dealer got a random 24 ZL1 that they had not ordered just because. Makes zero sense why you wouldn't build the higher profit vehicles like this case with the Z06s. The number that would be interesting to see is how many of those vehicles were just dealer inventory orders versus customer orders. In the case of the Camaro, why would they build a bunch of dealer inventory V6 models over customer ordered SSs and ZL1s? And I do agree with this sentence right here. The number that would be interesting to see is how many of those vehicles were just dealer inventory orders versus customer orders. Because I know many customers that have had a down payment on a Z06 for years. some 3 years, since 2020 and 2021, people were putting their orders down. And none of those people have seen a car. Yet you have dealerships just kind of ending up with cars, and it's kind of confusing. Blackwing also said the take rate for the convertible on the Z06 is surprisingly high, over 50%. And I agree, that is pretty surprising that over half of the people that did a Z06 went with the convertible. You can't really blame them though with that new automatic drop top. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's weird that Corvette had the second ever highest production year but made such a low amount of Z06s? I definitely think it's strange considering they had so many orders to fill and they would make a good amount on those cars. I guess if you're one of the lucky few out there that got your hands on a Z06, good for you. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this every week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Great White North Corvette.